guys, I'm Brooke.
I'm Esther.
So today is August 7th and it's a Monday, and in 1 week school's gonna be starting. So we decided to do an summer overview. Summer started for us June 1st, 2nd.
Yeah, June 1st.
The first thing that happened, what I remember, was on June 2nd, we had Brooke Barney's like going away party, which was at 9 in the morning. And whew, that was so hard to get up for. And I remember dancing in the middle of the street and sitting and waiting for a car to hit me. Well, on June 3rd, I went to a baseball game with Dania. Then on June 4th was my graduation party. It wasn't supposed to be a pool party.
Really? I thought it was supposed to be a pool party.
No, it turned into a pool party. I had no plans for the pool. People were, because I'm like, okay, it's at this park, but there's a pool right next to it, right? So if you want, you can bring a swimsuit, right? Swimming is optional. Mm-hmm. And then people started getting into their swimsuits. Then everyone's in the pool, and then
it was so funny.
It was so fun too. Like, Numbin was splashing me, like nonstop. People were just splashing.
I know.
And then we saw a duck.
Oh yeah.
And Numbin tried to get the duck
because you asked for it.
Our last like overview video, you were like, yeah, I asked him, like, you're afraid of jumping in the pool, but you're not afraid of kissing two people on the same day.
Oh yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the movies on June 4th. I think that was the day.
Oh, that was
the day where someone got very mad.
Nessa slept over at my house last night. Or not.
I was like, what?
That night.
June 7th, we went shopping.
June 7th, we filmed our last video, but we also went to the mall, and we had like this whole eating thing where we ate literally every single food in any restaurant we could find.
We had a burrito, we had 2 Vitality Bowls, 2 smoothie,
1 McChicken,
fries. Oh, she got Starbucks.
I got Starbucks, and I was like, I really want those quesadillas, but I'm so full. We were so full, and then we tried to squeeze into these dresses.
It was the funniest thing ever.
we couldn't stop laughing.
And then it was
because we're like, okay, Sophia. And we're like, and then we started laughing. We're like, I can't do it. And then we finally got it, and we're like,
oh wait, did we hang out June 8th?
We did. That was when we went to
Live Oak. We walked there,
and then we met up with like Ani, and Dania was there. Okay, so on June 10th, on June 10th, I like broke my leg.
Wait.
You were also like this. It's like a friendship thing, because I don't call my friend.
Yeah, and then Ronnie kept calling me a snake that day.
And then you pretended to be like mad or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story of how I broke my leg.
And you spilled your water.
I remember. Wait, was I drinking it?
You drank it and then turned the lights off? No, I turned the dish thingy.
How I broke my leg.
Broke
my leg. I was in so much pain. Everyone was making fun of me. You don't know how much pain I was in. You know what? I honestly, not to be rude, but I wish you could have gone through the same thing so you knew what it felt like. Me and her were at 24 Hour. We were at the gym, and we weren't even working out. We were kind of just following Ani around. And for some reason, do you remember why? But he unfriended us. Do you remember why?
Acrylic tapping?
Yes. Okay, so we both had acrylic nails.
And he hates this sound, so Ani, if you're watching, you can listen up.
So he doesn't like when people tap their nails. So I was curious. So I was like, Ani, why don't you like this sound? And he was like, I'm not your friend anymore. Well, he probably didn't.
Where did he get that from?
Where did anybody get that from? I was like, why don't you like this sound? And he was just like, you know, I'm not your friend anymore. Why would you do that? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I was asking you a question. And then I think you did it too.
Yeah, I did it like after.
He was like, I'm not your friend anymore. And then we went to the hot tub. And the hot tub's like, it's a part of the gym, but it's outside.
You have to open a door, and it's like a glass door.
To get inside or to the hot tub. So we were...
Because I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I'll just go get some towels.
Okay. No, because Ani was putting his feet in the hot tub. And then he was like, Esther, if you go get me a towel, I'll be your friend again.
Because I was already walking towards, I was like, I'm gonna go get some towels. And then right as I open the door, he says, oh, I'll be your friend again if you get me a towel. So then next thing I know, Brooke starts like...
Well, because I was like, I want to be Ani's friend again.
So
I sprint and I forget we're in a pool area. So I sprint towards the door and I don't know how I slipped. Oh, I guess so. Okay, so I think I slid on my front feet. Wait, you only have front feet.
She slipped like running and then she hit her knee.
I hit my knee on the
door frame.
On the edge of the door frame. I slammed against it, and right when that happened, my knee went numb. I couldn't feel it, but I could feel the pain.
And I was just watching her while this was happening.
She was watching me lay in pain, so I fall backwards. And I'm laying there, and I'm curled up like this. And I'm like, oh my god, my knee like hurts really bad.
Like, oh.
And this old guy in the hot tub starts laughing at me. And he's like, are you okay? But he's laughing. And then this girl starts laughing at me, and she's like, why am I still here?
I was like, wait.
I'm supposed to go get towels. So
then
she
I
leaves
walk
me.
away. And then
I kind of look at Nimmergod, and he's over there, and he's just laughing at me. And then I'm like, I can't get up.
And she's wondering if her pedicure chipped or not.
Oh my god! Because I hit my toe too. And the first thing I thought about was, oh shoot, is my pedicure okay? I look at Ani and I'm like, I can't get up. I'm actually in a lot of pain. And then I kind of like, I put my hand on my knee and then I noticed that I'm bleeding. And then I was like, I'm bleeding. And then Ani was just like, oh, knack nut or whatever. So he comes over here.
I came back with the towels and I was like, what? I'm pretty sure he was already in the hot tub by then.
No, I remember him walking over towards me.
Yeah, he was just standing there.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, I think I gave him the towels and then I like helped you up because
finally.
Because I was like, what? I was like, why is she still on the floor?
So she helped me up and
you sat next to him?
Yeah. I walked over and I'm like, I'm gonna sit next to Nimmergod. So I sat next to him with my feet in the hot tub.
And then he grabs his towel and then...
Oh, yeah. So he dips it in the water and he's like dabbing my my knee. And it's like bleeding or whatever. And it was really hurting. And then this old lady comes over. She walks out and she was like, I heard you fell.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So then she sits in the other corner of the hot tub.
It's that lady.
It's that lady. So she's sitting there and she starts talking to us. She's like, were you like running or whatever? And then she was like, you should sue them.
The way that she's sitting, by the way. She's sitting like,
I don't know if she was stretching, but
the hot tub's like this. And she was just holding her foot.
Her leg was just up. And we were just like, none of us she was trying
to laughing.
She was laughing. And me and Ani weren't making eye contact because we didn't want to laugh at her either. So she's sitting with her leg up. She's like, you should honestly tell them because you can probably like sue them or whatever. And it's their fault you got hurt. And in my head, I'm like, no, it's my fault. And I actually know it's my fault. It's my fault for running in a hot tub area where the floor is slippery. Or is it their fault for not putting up a sign? Like, caution, floor is wet. Yeah, but you should really tell them because that is their fault. And I was like, okay. So we left and I didn't bother to put my shoes on, but I walk out of there. I literally walk out of there like this. Like, wasn't I doing that literally like for 3 days in a row?
Yeah.
And then we get back to my house. She slept over that night. And then that was the day you told me I licked you. And then I was like, you know what? My leg hurts so bad, I need like a cast or something. So I started wrapping my leg in tape. And then I'm like, this isn't gonna work. So I unwrapped it. We tried wrapping it in like an actual wrap. And that didn't work. Climbed onto the counter.
Yeah.
And then I found a knee brace. So I was like, oh, this will work. So I put the knee brace on. And there's a hole like right where the knee is. And you can just see the blood and the scar and everything. And then we had a sleepover that night. And I couldn't move my leg. And she was like, weren't you on like the very edge of the bed or something?
Yeah. And then I just like in the morning, I woke up so that I moved to like the bottom part of my bed.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, because your leg was taking up too much space. Did you like put a pillow under it?
I did. So June 11th was Nessa's going away party. So Esther and I had to walk to Walgreens
Ani was like, was the old lady right?
To get Vanessa a card. So we walked to Walgreens to get Nessa's going away card, and then when we were walking back, you have to walk over this bridge to get from Walgreens to my house. So we're walking over the bridge, and it's windy, and all my stuff's in my sweatshirt pocket. And then next thing you know, my $20 bill flies out of my sweatshirt pocket, and below the bridge is this huge grass field. It's all grass. So it flies over the bridge into the grass, and then I'm like, oh my god. And we quickly ran to like the edge of the bridge to look over the railing, and we're like, where did it go? And I was like, it landed over there. So we walked around the bridge, down into the grass field. We jumped over this river thing.
Yeah.
And then we're looking for the $20 bill. We spent like 30 minutes looking for this $20 bill.
We just lost a $20 bill because it slipped out of Brooke's like hoodie when we were standing on the bridge, and now we're like looking through all of this.
We didn't find it, so then we left. No, we walked. What?
Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Dill. So then we walked to Nessa's going away party, and I had to explain my whole story there, and freaking people kept laughing at me and making fun of me, especially her. You were so mean about it.
Because it was like my bad. She kept scraping her, like she scraped her knee and then she can't walk all of a sudden.
At Nessa's going away party, you know, people were all making fun of me, and then we went to Safeway, and didn't we get kicked out of Safeway? Didn't Ronica and Amon, they were like, we saw like LeBron James or something.
Oh yeah.
I have something for you, Harvey.
So then we walked back to your house and was like cold. I didn't feel good that day.
You didn't?
Like after at your house you asked me to go, I was like, oh, I don't feel good.
Oh.
But then you're like, oh, you can go anyway.
I'm such an amazing friend. And then Amon and Ronick and Shayun asked us and Nessa to go to the movies. Nessa couldn't go, so then we went. So then we went to the movies, and we watched Wonder Woman. It was funny because the boys picked out the movie. It was like, wait, why are we watching this? No, so we got to the movie, and it was at Black Hawk, so you know, little recliner seats where you just go. So Ronick sat next to us in his own chair, and he was kind of happy about it. He just like went like this. And then we shared a seat. We had a blanket and everything, but Shayun kept stealing our blanket. And then Amon and Shayun shared a seat. Shayun and Amon kept throwing popcorn at us. And then Shayun made me buy him a drink. And then during the movie, she didn't become Wonder Woman until like 30 minutes before the movie ended. So I was kind of just like, I'm sorry, I don't remember paying for a historical like documentary.
Lesson. Yeah.
Because I was like, what is this about? Like the ancient Greeks and Spartans fighting or whatever.
What are you doing? I was gone like the week after at church camp, and then when I came back, the day I came back, we went to the A's game. My first A's game.
Yeah, that was her first A's game.
Or like just a baseball game in general.
I remember that. That was it was her first, it was June 16th. It was her first baseball game, and we took her to the A's game, and I'm pretty sure she liked it. Pretty sure.
We were trying to get featured.
Oh my god. Wait, that was the one then.
That was.
Do we say that? Okay, fine. We'll just drop a hint. So at the A's game, we weren't on the same page.
Yep.
And they were just chanting or whatever.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
And like, dun 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 dun, your team sucks. And she was like, oh, that's so rude.
Yeah.
It's baseball. And then we made up a chant.
Let's go, Softday!
She dropped her ice
cream. So my dad got us drumsticks. So we were eating our drumsticks, and we were like, this is good ice cream, right? And then for some reason, my freaking ice cream, so I tried licking it, right? Because nobody bites ice cream. I swear to God, you bite ice cream around me, I will chop your head off. Chop your head off, so do not test me. It's like my pet peeve. I was super mad at whoever made this ice cream because it was trash. So I would like lick the ice cream and it's on a cone, right? So the ice cream part would just like, if I licked it, it would kind of like tilt off. So I was like, what the heck? So I like licked it and the whole ice cream fell off. They were there and they kept leaving. And then the 7th inning, they left again. And then they came back like the 9th inning. So the 7th inning, the girl grabbed her stuff. So I'm like, okay, they're gone, we're good. My ice cream fell and I was like, what the heck? So I threw it onto the other chair and then it like slid down and it's like, now the chair's covered in ice cream. It slid down and it slid all over the ground. So I was like, oh wow. I like screamed, right? I was like, who the frick made this ice cream? And then everyone's looking at me.
And then I just gave her mine.
Oh yeah. And then the couple came back and then I was like, and when they came back, I still had ice cream in my hand, so I looked like a victim. So I was like, I got it. So I stuffed it in my mouth. And then they came over, and then the guy was like, do you have a napkin? And then he like wiped his seat or whatever. Then he sat down, and I was like, and he's like, it's okay, it happened. So then I turned to my brother, and I was like, look, why would you throw your ice cream onto somebody else's chair? So I blamed the whole entire thing on my brother. And then I remember that was when I like said this, when for some reason the pitcher wasn't throwing his fastballs fast enough. So I was like, Max will finesse the both of us faster than your fastball, so speed it up, buddy. And I like screamed it, and she was like,
and then her dad walks up.
And the next day we hung out again, and it was my brother's birthday party. Yeah, we walked to my mom so I could get my bathing suit because my brother was having a pool party with his friends for his birthday. So we walked to my mom so I could put on a bathing suit. Then I swear, it was like 95 degrees out.
Yeah,
it was super really hot. So then we walked to the pool and it was really hot. We were already sweating. And then right when we get to the pool, Luke and his friends get out and they leave. And I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, we're leaving. And I didn't have a key to get in. So I'm like, okay, then we can't get in. So we walked back to my mom's house and I'm like, I guess we'll just stay here for a little while. And then when I get there, my mom's like, why are you here? And I'm like, because they left right when we got there. So we came back. And she was like, well, your dad left to go get pizza, so the boys are at the house all alone. So I was like, well, that's not my fault. So my mom made us go back to my dad's house. My mom's house and my dad's house are very close to each other. If you walk, it's about a 3-minute walk. So right in the middle, I'm joking around because I see a UPS driver in his huge truck delivering some mail. So I'm like, hitchhike. So the UPS driver was rude, so he passed us. And then this other driver came up and then, you know, I was joking around. So then I put my hand down and we start walking and he was like, do you guys need a ride? Like he rolls down his window. I don't know why, he rolls down his window and he's like, do you guys need a ride? I know, right? And then I was like, oh, I was just joking. It's okay. Our house is right here. And he's like, are you sure? Like I can hook you up like with a ride or whatever. And I was like, no, we can walk. It's okay. And I'm learning how to drive anyway, so whatever. I don't really care if I have to drive you guys. So I was like, can I even trust you? And he was like, dude, I'm not gonna kidnap you guys. And then I turned to Esther and I'm like, my mom will not know about this. So we run up and we get inside the car. And then I was like, so do you guys go to Doherty? And he was like, yeah, we're gonna be juniors. And then he's like, what about you guys? And we were like, yeah, we're gonna be freshmen. So he's like, oh wow, you know.
He asked us for our names.
Oh yeah,
that's an important part.
What are your guys' names? And I'm like, I'm Brooke, she's Esther. And then he's like, oh, you know, like that's a quick drive or whatever. And I was like, well, thank you, you know, thanks for hitchhiking. He's like, yeah, I mean, like I just saw you guys hitchhiking, so I thought like you actually needed a ride. So I was like, I was kind of just joking around, but thanks. So then we get out of the car and then we're downstairs. She's like, oh, Brooke. And I was like, what? And then she's like, look at this. So then the guy that gave us a ride found her on Instagram. And then I was like, that's so weird. And then he found me on Instagram. This is like 10 minutes after. Then the other guy that was in the passenger seat, then he found us. So then that was in like 10 minutes.
I was like,
it was so weird. Then the day after, we went to Target and we went bathing suit shopping. Oh, and then Tuesday was June 20th. And we all went to the park. It was me, her, Dania, Amon, Shayun, Maxwell,
Adil.
Aiden, Adil. And then Tuesday was June 27th. That was the 2-hour series finale of Pretty Little Liars. That's when Pretty Little Liars ended, and I cried myself to sleep. And she was there watching, and it was really funny.
30th, we went to a game.
We went to another baseball game, and oh my god, we ran into my other cousin there, and then that cousin was just like, she tells my mom, she's like, oh, like in the 7th inning, we're gonna go to the bar and we're gonna go drink. You should join us.
Oh my god.
And so Esther and I were like enjoying the game and freezing, but then next thing you know, my mom disappears, and then we had to leave. It was the top of the 9th, and my mom's drunk, and she's like freaking, doesn't she flirt with like 3 guys? So we had to catch BART, because we took BART. We were walking down into the BART station, and next thing you know, my cousin, me, and Esther turn around, and we see my mom talking to this guy. I don't know how old he is, but my mom told me that he asked for her number or whatever. They were talking for like 5 minutes, and we're just like...
I'm pretty sure it was longer than that. We were just
probably
standing
was.
there,
We were
and then
just
we
like-
missed our BART.
So we're just standing there, we're screaming at her. We're like, hurry up, like, hello. Remember, you have some daughter, friend, cousin over here, so you might want to set a good impression for them. So she's still talking to this guy, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, should we just leave her? So she finally comes, and she's like, sorry. And then we get on the BART after waiting, and then I'm sitting next to her, my cousin's sitting behind us, and my mom's like, she's like 7 rows behind us, talking to this other guy for the rest of the BART thing. And then when we were driving back, she had my cousin drive us. On July 4th, someone asked me to be their best friend, but then they left me. We went to the fair. I didn't go with her. I went with another friend that moved away, and she came back to visit, so I went with her. And then we saw each other there, so we ran into each other. There was this whole photo shoot thing. July 6th, I had a date with Dania. Oh my god. On July 9th, that was like a Sunday, I had a liking Nimmergod scare for like 30 minutes, and then I finally got over it. It was so scary. July 14th, we went to the movies. So July 14th, we went to the movies and we watched a scary movie.
And then we got Vitality Bowl there.
And we watched Wish Upon, and I screamed at the most unnecessary
And it was
moments.
so funny. She scared at like the row in front of us and the
scared
row
the whole
behind us, and
movie
then everyone
theater.
kept laughing at her.
Pretty sure.
And that was like the last time we saw each other.
That was the last time
like,
I saw
before
each other
today.
until now. Isn't that so weird?
It's crazy.
So then,
And then July 15th to 19th, I was in DC, and then on the 19th, she left to go to the lake.
on July 18th, I went to the movies with Dania and Maxwell. And then that was the last time I saw Maxwell. And that was literally one of the saddest things ever, because I thought the things only happened in movies. So Dania left early, and it was him and I. We were like last ones there. So
Oh gosh.
so we were in that aisle or whatever.
Did you
And
guys split up like dramatically?
yeah, and I thought they only happened in the movies. Maxwell and I were, he's like, okay, E-Corp, this is it. And he was like, maybe next time around Christmas, that's when I'll see you again. And then he was just like, you know, like, I'll see you around. And I was like, no, you won't, so why are you saying that? So I don't know, we have this thing where we shake hands. I don't know, we always done that.
They always shake hands.
We always
They're
shake
so
hands. Like, we don't high five, we don't fist pump, we don't hug. We always shake hands. So he put his hand out and we shook each other's hand, and then he was like, there are tears coming out of my eyes, and I'm bawling my eyes out. He walks away because his mom was there. And then I was like, I'm not going to have you leave with just a handshake. So I ran after him. I gave him a hug, but he didn't even hug me back because there was people around.
Oh.
So, you know, he has that thing. So he didn't hug me back, and then he let go, and I am so bawling my eyes out, and I watched him walk away, and I watched him walk out of the movie theater, and I was just like, wow. Like, so then I ran to the bathroom and I started crying, and I'm pretty sure people were watching us, so people were like, dude, did they just break up?
Yeah.
And then I cried in the bathroom for 15 minutes, and my father picked me up, and then I started crying in the car, and then he started asking questions, so it was so awkward. And then I left to go to the lake, and I was there for like 5 days, and it was so awkward because I saw Mrs. Cummings there.
Oh, she's someone that works in our office.
Yeah,
our
and
ex-office.
And she has a cabin up there, and I
Yeah.
saw her there, and I was like, what are you gonna do? Give me a dress cut when I'm in my bathing suit? Because freaking, I told Justin, which is my future stepbrother.
Oh, did he?
No, I was like, Justin, I see my teacher there. And he was like, ha ha ha. So he tells Luke, and then Justin and Luke are like, oh, we should go tell her, like, hey, do you know Brooke Duncan? So then they go over there, and then they're like, do you know Brooke Duncan? And she was like, OMG, yeah. So then I had to talk to her.
You came back the 23rd?
I came back the 23rd.
Oh, I had a fever on the 23rd.
24th, I started baseball camp. I started baseball camp. It was literally awful because all these children are freaking like boys, and they're all they're so annoying. So one of the coaches was Mr. Ward. I didn't tell you that. Okay, so one of the coaches was Mr. Ward, and that was really awkward. When you're like warming up, there was like partner up, and I'm like, do you have to say partner up? Because nobody wants to partner up with a girl. So Tuesday, July 25th, Luke came back, and Amon was like, Brooke, go to East Branch. So I went to East Branch, and I hung out with Luke, Amon, and Seb and Aiden, and it was really boring because they were all boys. They were all playing basketball. I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm like, this is cool. So that happened, and then it was so funny. Stupid Amon deleted the video, so we all went to Numan's house because Numan's house is right next to East Branch.
Did it smell like curry?
No, the garage wasn't open.
Lucky you.
So we all went to Numan's house, and they're like, let's dunk on his basketball hoop and then run away or whatever. So Aiden...
Was it the one in the car?
You know, like the drive-by dunks? No, they were like, let's do a walk-by dunk because we don't have a car. So they ran... We all ran to Numan's house, and then I took Amon's phone and I started recording. Aiden, like, he's on like a skateboard or something, so he skateboards by the basketball hoop, and he takes like a ball or something. But Shayin was there too, and he dunks it. He's like, suck! And he slams it, and he yelled it so loud. We all sprinted away. It was so funny. But then Amon was like, I didn't like the video, so I deleted it. But I got the whole entire thing on tape. So I was so mad. And then Saturday, and I left for Hawaii that day. I left for Hawaii on July 29th, also known as 7/29.
I was hoping you'd forget. I was like, oh, okay.
You really think I would forget that?
I was looking at my camera roll.
You really think I would forget that? I posted an edit. Inserts. From January, because I made it in January, and I put a reminder on my phone, post on 7/29, like post master edit from 7/29. I won't go into detail, but yeah. So then I was in Hawaii, and for like 5 days, Suck Dave Jr. Squared, had a great time at Hawaii. No, we came back on Wednesday.
And I left Wednesday morning.
So she went to Disneyland and Universal. So she came back yesterday. On Saturday, the 5th, I got my second ear piercings and my cartilage pierced and my belly button. That was our overview of our boring summer.